Welcome back. Before we write a single FastAPI endpoint, there is one concept we need to get solid on: Python type hints. This isn't a detour. FastAPI is built entirely around Python's type system. The moment you understand how typing works, everything in FastAPI, from request validation to automatic docs to response filtering, will make complete sense. Let's get into it. Here's the thing about current situation. He knew how to call an LLM, build a retrieval pipeline, and chain together prompts. But when it came to exposing that as an API, there was no structure, no contract, no way for the framework to know what was coming in or what should go out. FastAPI fixes that through Python type hint system. Once your code is typed, FastAPI can validate every request, reject bad inputs, and generate documentation all automatically. Types are the foundation everything else is built on. Type hint are Python's way of letting you declare what type a variable, parameter, or return value should be. The syntax is simple. Add a colon after the name and specify the type. Now here's something important to understand. Python itself does not enforce these at runtime. If you pass an integer where a string is expected, Python won't complain. But FastAPI and Pydantic do enforce them. That's the critical distinction. When you use type hint inside FastAPI, they become real constraints that protect your API. When you use type hint inside FastAPI, they become real constraints that protect your API. Now let's start with the basics. Python has 4 core primitive types you will use constantly in FastAPI. String are for text, integer for whole numbers, float for decimal, and boolean for true or false values. These maps directly to what you will define in your API requests and response models. A username is a string, a page number is an integer, a confidence score for your model is a floating number, a flag for whether streaming is enabled is a boolean. These are simple, but you will use all 4 constantly. Beyond primitives, you will regularly work with collections, a list of messages in a chat history, a dictionary of metadata, a batch of inputs. Python lets you type these properly using generics. List string means a list where every item must be a string. Dictionary string comma float means a dictionary with string key and float values. This level of specificity matters in FastAPI because it tells Pydantic exactly what to validate inside your collection, not just at the top level. Not every field in your API will be required. A user might send a query without a system prompt. A request might omit certain configuration values. For these cases, you use optional. Optional string means the value is either a string or none. In modern Python 3.10 and above, you can write this as string union none directly. Union goes one step further and lets you accept multiple types of single field. In practice, optional is something you will use in almost every Pydantic model you write in this course. So you know FastAPI is built async first, and for GenAI backends that is not optional, it is essential. Think about what happens a user sends a query to your RAG API. Your server calls an embedding model, queries a vector database, and then calls an LLM. Each of those steps can take seconds. In synchronous servers, every other request is blocked while that's happening. In an async FastAPI server, while one request is waiting on an LLM response, your server is already handling the next request. You define async endpoints with just one keyword, async def, and that's it. And here's where everything comes together. When your FastAPI application starts, it reads every endpoint function you have defined. It inspects the type hint of each parameter and return type. And from that inspection alone, it does 3 things. It validates every incoming request against those types. It rejects anything that doesn't match with a clear structured error. And it generates your entire API documentation. You don't write a schema file separately. You don't configure validation separately. You type Python code in the single source of truth for all of it. And now let's recap. Type hint lets you declare what your code expects and return. Python itself won't enforce them, but FastAPI and Pydantic will. We covered primitive types like collection types, optional, and union, and how typed function signatures map directly to FastAPI endpoints. Most importantly, you now know that in FastAPI, your type hint are not just documentation for other developers. They are the mechanism that drives validation, error handling, and API document generation. In the next video, we are going to cover the async mental model, so you understand exactly what async does and doesn't do before we start building endpoints. See you there.